Hi guys, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right, John. Look, tough night for Spurs. 2 red cards, 2 big injuries, and a bit of a pasting in the end.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that's already been said, about it. I think one thing I'd like to sort of say is I think the game could have stopped descending into the farce that it was if the referee had been stronger early on. Forget the decisions, some of which I agree with and some of which I don't later on. I think that there were some very feisty Chelsea tackles that probably should have been booked and some earlier Spurs tackles that should have been booked before you even get into Udogie missing with the 2-footed thing. And that's the only reason he didn't go off, because he didn't catch the player, which was lucky.
Yeah.
But I think the temperature was raised and the referee, no one wants to see a game with 9 men. The spectacle was ruined by the referee being too scared to get the yellow out.
The spectacle was ruined, John, by idiotic defending from Romero and Udogie. Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Let's go through that, Jamie, right? At the weekend, Kai Havertz, WWE moved.
John, stop the whataboutery, John. John, stop the what. Forget, John. Stick to the subject.
Let's just
stick to the
isolate
subject.
this game, John. Just this game.
Okay, so just this game. The ball was in open play. It wasn't at the feet of a Chelsea player, correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a tackle. The ball was there to be played.
What are you on about?
He played it.
What are you on about?
The Chelsea player was then running in and he caught him.
But you're talking about Romero's tackle?
Yeah.
He's gone right through him, mate. John, he's gone right through him.
John, there's no excuse for that tackle there. It's too much.
Well, there is, because the ball was in open play. He's played it. He's then hit a player that was running in.
Yeah.
The other thing is as well, is under the rules, wasn't it, if you get booked, if it's a penalty, then you get a booking, not a straight red.
John, you don't know the laws of the game, mate. Honestly, you're talking about something completely different.
In what world is that not a free kick anyway? He's gone through, he's got the ball and he's gone through, he's followed through, and he could have broken his leg, John.
But there was no intent that the player was moving in.
Intent?
Oh, there was
intent. He was all over it. You could see it was intent.
John, go to bed, mate. Go to bed. Put the phone down and go to bed.
You can't defend that.
John, no, seriously, John, go to bed. No, seriously. John, this is not the phone in for you.
No, it's not that.
Go and speak to your family.
The integrity of the game, John. Come on, like you're gonna. If that was one of your players, would you tell me that's not a foul?
I don't think when the ball's in open play and you go for it, and then you end up hitting.
John, have you seen the tackle back? John, did you watch the game, or was you at the game?
No, I watched the game.
Right, so you watched the game, so you must have seen that back so many times.
It's nasty.
You can't tell me the intent isn't there in Romero and the way he goes in for that ball. It's dangerous, mate. John,
you don't think so?
It should have been he should have still been off, because it should have been his second yellow, in my opinion. But I think it was a yellow and a penalty. I don't think it was a straight red.
Yeah. But he let Tottenham down tonight, Romero, John.
Fair enough. If he says it's a yellow, if he's saying it's a yellow, it's a yellow.
John, I'm going to ask you about the arrogance of Postecoglou tonight. He just said he'd play 5 at the back. He'd play the same high line. I mean, the arrogance of that, when you're against the side that got the pace of Chelsea with Sterling and Mudryk was on the pitch, it was coming. You must have felt that moment was coming. You must feel disappointed in Postecoglou's arrogance.
Okay, did we get it back to 2-2 nearly with a fractional offside?
Again, John, stick to the question. John, stick to the question. Are you disappointed in Postecoglou's arrogance?
It worked, didn't it? Worked. It nearly worked.
Are you disappointed in his arrogance?
It did nearly work, though. It did nearly work.
Yeah, but are you disappointed?
It did nearly work. Chelsea are worse at defending than they are at attacking. Yeah. So if you're playing a team that can't defend...
Well, John, that's simply not true. That's simply not true. John, are you disappointed in the arrogance of Postecoglou that he didn't recognise that they had a numerical advantage, yet he still decided... It's inevitable that was going to happen.
Right, the thing is, you get no points losing 2-1, so it doesn't matter if you lose 4-1.
You got beat though 4-1, John.
But
okay, fair enough.
I understand what his point is, though.
Fair enough. You're happy.
He went with a fight. That's what Postecoglou done. He went with a fight.
Yeah, but it's a naive fight.
I know it's naive. The percentages weren't in his favour, but he thought, do you know what? I fancy my team here. I'm going to go for it.
By the way, this is not the Scottish Premier League. Right?
Exactly. That's where.
So he's had his collar felt tonight, and the arrogance of him to play a team like Chelsea, especially knowing the history between the two sides. If I couldn't believe what I was watching.
If it was Luton, it would have been a different scenario. Would you say? If he was playing Luton,
I would say that when you're down to 9, at a point you take a point, right? You take a point when you're down to 9 men. Yeah, when Udogie gets sent off, but I actually don't quite know what he was thinking.
No,
He nearly got an equaliser, but he got beat 4-1.
Listen, I like the courage that he's got in his players to say, look, we're still going to try and play a high line and we're still going to try and attack. But come on,
You've got to have the personnel for it.
It was impossible.
Imagine playing in that back line.
Imagine
playing that back line.
Well, I mean,
exposed.
You'd question your manager, wouldn't you?
Exposed.
You're looking at that. I've seen some clips on, some stills of where the line was when Reece James had the ball.
Yeah.
And it was just
silly.
It was
Naive.
just criminal. I mean,
Naive.
come on. Like if you go down to 9 men, you sit on the edge of your box and you say to Chelsea, right, try and beat us. We'll take a point right now, and we're going to sit in like Liverpool did against us when they went down to 9 men. It took us until the 94th minute, and you walk away from that game. You say, you know what, Liverpool, you defended well, and you're unlucky. I look at that performance from Spurs in the end, and I go, look, we started the game brilliant. We've made some really stupid decisions. But then in the second half, you're still in the game, and Chelsea was struggling really to score. When you go down to 9, you've got to sit in. You have to sit in. It's only a matter of time before good players figure you out. And that's exactly what Chelsea did in the end. John, thanks for your call. Let's go to Bri, who's a Tottenham fan. All right, Bri?
Hello, mate. Sorry, mate. I'm just tucking into a margarita pizza here.
No, lovely.
Decent.
Nice.
Not pepperoni.
Send one this way, or what?
Well, Domino's, pizza up.
I think we've had enough slices tonight. Jason Cundy.
Oh, dig out.
Here we go. Go on, what are you saying?
It took you just enough time to get into the shootout that it took for Chelsea to finally score some goals at the end.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, so they're digging you out. Yeah.
Listen, if we were playing Man City, it would have been 10-1. I'm telling you.
Right.
Chelsea should... When we went down to 9, we should have been annihilated. We should have been destroyed.
Still could have got something from the game.
10 minutes to finally do something against us.
Brian, dry your eyes, matey. Honestly. Seriously. I mean,
They are dry.
Dry your eyes, Brian.
They are dry.
Yeah, dry your eyes. Brian, this was a game that you Spurs fans, honestly, I said the other day, Spurs fans remind me of an empty can of Coke or beer kicking down the road. Too much noise, too loud. Empty vessels make the most noise, and you are Exhibit A.
Oh wow.
Well, I'll tell you what. If that's the case, then you were a Coke Zero.
Oh wow. Flat. He's flat.
Forever.
Flat Coke Zero.
Is that
Bri?
Is that your best? Is that your best shot, Brian? Is that your best shot? Is that your bunch?
You're Coke Zero.
I'm Coke Zero. Is that your best bunch?
I was going to say that to Chelsea on the 80th minute. Is that your best shot?
Honestly,
Brian, what did you make of the tactics, though, Bri, in the end?
Mate, the high line was great. I honestly think the high line was great. I mean, normally
thought it was great?
If this was back in the day, it would have been carnage. We would have been humiliated.
Well, exactly. You're saying, say if we played Man City, we'd have got beat 10-1. But then on the other hand, you're saying, I'm happy with a high line. We got beat 4-1.
He's happy with 4-1.
Man City are an amazing team. Chelsea ain't. Where are they? They've just climbed above the ladder now. They're on the first page now, not the second page, right?
Oh, this is so good to hear.
Wow.
Here he is. Here they are. The can of Coke being kicked down the road. There they are. He's a Spurs fan.
You're a Coke Zero.
Here they are.
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero is his best shot. It's his best shot.
Well,
Brian,
Pepsi Max.
Dry your eyes, Brian.
Pepsi Max.
Keep your calls coming in. You want to have your say on that performance tonight.